here we are told that the number of terms in this expansion 1 minus 2 by x plus 4 by x square whole power n is 28. Then what is the sum of coefficients of all these terms in this expansion? Okay, so this is in the form of a plus b plus c whole power n. Right, how many coefficients are there? So for example, if it is a plus b whole power n, we know there will be n plus 1 terms. Right. So, but here it is in the form of a plus b plus c. We know the general binomial expansion a plus b whole power n will have how many terms? N plus 1 terms. Right. Coefficients include, they will start from nc0, nc1 up to ncn. So 1 to n plus 0. There will be n plus 1 terms. But here we have a plus b plus c whole power n. Okay. So a plus b plus c whole power n. Now let us together take this b plus c as some y and a as x. So this is still, we can still modify this into x plus y whole power n, right? So or a plus b plus c whole power n, we can take these two together, right? These two together and still treat this as binomial expansion. Then it will become a power n plus nc1 a power n minus 1 b plus c whole power 1 nc2 is power n minus 2 and b plus c whole square plus nc3 a power n minus 3 b plus c whole cube, etc., etc., like this. So this will be general expansion, right? When we say a plus, when we take b plus c together. Now here if you observe, there is a power n and here there are two terms, a power n minus 1 into two terms. Here there is only one term. When nc0 it is only one term. nc1 is split into two terms. nc2 is split into b plus c whole square will have three terms, right? So and a power n minus 2 into these three terms. nc2 is split into three terms. nc3 is split into four terms, likewise. And ncn will be split into n plus 1 terms. Right. So basically NC0 one term, NC1 two terms, NC2 three terms, likewise. Right. So what will be total number of terms? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 up to n plus 1, not n. Right. NCn is split into n plus 1 terms. Right. It is starting with 1 and ending with n plus 1. So what is the total number of terms? If it is sum of first n natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2. Right, we know the sum. But it is sum of first n plus 1 natural numbers. Instead of n, we'll replace with n plus 1. So n plus 1 into n plus 1 plus 1. That is n plus 2. n plus 2 by 2. So basically a plus b plus c whole power n will have n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2 number of terms. Right, now this n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2 is equal to 28. That is what that is already given. Right. If we just expand this, this becomes n plus 2 into n plus 1 is equal to 28 into 2, 56. So 50, this should be 7 into 8. 56 is 7 into 8, right? Or 6 plus 1 into 6 plus 2. Right. So n should be equal to 6. Fantastic. We found out what is n. Now, what is the sum of all the coefficients of all the terms in this expansion? Right. So 1 minus 2 by x plus 4 by x square whole power n. Right. So the sum of all coefficients is what we are looking for. Now when you substitute x equal to 1, right. So whatever this expansion, whatever the general term of this expansion will have. So if you do multinomial kind of expansion, what is the general term? N factorial by a factorial into b factorial into c factorial, where 1 power a minus 2 by x whole power b plus and 4 by x square whole power c, right? This is the general term of this expansion, right? So obviously when x equal to 1, when we make x equal to 1, the sum of all coefficients will be equal to the value of this expression, right? 1 minus 2 by 1 plus 4 by 4 by 1, right? Whatever power n, that should be equal to the sum of all these coefficients, right? So for example, when we say um, x plus y whole power n, right? What is the sum of all the coefficients? All the coefficients, what will be the expansion? It is nc0 x power n plus nc1 x power n minus 1 y, etc., etc. Right? Now when x and y both are equal to 1, right? Then these terms will lose significance. we'll be left with NC0 plus NC1 plus NC2, so on and so forth. That will be the sum of all these coefficients, right? So when x equal to 1, y equals to 1, 2 power n will be equal to NC0 to NCn, NC0 plus NC1 plus NCn. So here also, when we want the sum of coefficients, when we make x equal to 1, and when we make x equal to 1, obviously the significance x will be lost, and we'll directly get so the value of this expression should be equal to the sum of all the coefficients itself, right? When we make x equal to 1, right? So in the general term of the expansion, so for example, in this general term of the expansion, then the value of x will not be existing, right? X is anyway 1, so it will not change the sum, right? So the value of the sum of all coefficients is the value of this expression when x equal to 1. That means 1 minus 2 by 1 plus 4 by 1 whole power 6. That is 4 minus 2 plus 1. That is 3 power 6, which should be equal to 729. Right? 729 is the correct answer. Right? So please notice this. Whenever we get this sum of coefficients, sum of coefficients means when we negate this value, or when we put x as 1, that means we'll directly get sum of coefficients. Like in this case, right? In the case of, let's say, 1 plus x whole power n. 1 plus x whole power n, the sum of coefficients will be nc0 plus up to ncn. Right? And we will put x equals to 1. This becomes 2 power n. Right, guys?